The walk isn't as hard as you would have expected it to be to go around a mountainside. You could go up and over, but Alexander's made his intentions of additional work very clear, and also I'm not sure Odette wants to introduce him to wind. So as you make your way around the mountain, making your way towards home, you kind of see a look on his face of excitement and curiosity as the square town rises above with its walled city, guards standing outside, similar in age to you all, seemingly well-fed, well-educated, and happy, for lack of a better word. And he gives you a look, remembering the lesson you told him of do not question, do not stand out, do not do anything. And then you see him look back in kind of a way of questioning, like, not that he doesn't believe you, but how could that be true if the first thing he gets to see is people living the life he's always wished the two of you could have? What's Odette's response to that?
A sort of sad smile flits across her face as she knows that if they did have the upbringing these people have, it would probably be better than what they had at the tower. Better doesn't always mean good, but, you know, we take what we can get with the resources we have for the fantasies in our mind. And she sort of leans over and kind of, bumps into him a little bit to get his attention and goes, "Hey."
Yeah. We don't stand out.
Someday we'll be able to do that.
Uh-huh.
We will stand out no matter what we try. Just be you. Just, I want you to be able to experience this.
So you're not gonna be mad if I go talk to them?
No, I could never be mad at you. I could be annoyed.
Okay.
I have
Sure. Yeah. And if we want to be counting the grievance counter, I think I still have a couple extra points in my direction right now. So I'm not sure we should be bringing that up, Odette, but okay. Sure. And looks more excited as you approach. You recognize one of the guards of last time, whether you choose to acknowledge that or not. Actually, I would like to know if you would. Does Odette interact with the guard who wished her safe passage and hoped to see her again, even if she knows he maybe didn't do his job that well last time?
Yes, because she didn't want him to get in trouble for it. She genuinely wished him well. So I do believe she would give him a smile and a nod, and it's good to see you again.
Yeah, and you got a friend with you.
I do. This is. She was like contemplating very quickly, like, should I give a fake name? And is like, no, the record will figure it out anyways. So she just goes, "This is Alexander, and we are needing room and board again, if possible."
You know where to go to get it. Welcome back. We're glad to have you. Yeah, welcome home.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then you see Alexander kind of like stands back. Do you guys know how to do metal working? Because your armor could be better. Like, I'm not saying it's bad, but like the way it's like pressed, you could get a better shine on it, and it seems like it'd be better, sturdier if you like did it this way. Then, and you see the other one, not Shane, like the other guard seems to be like, yeah, actually, and the two of them hit it off relatively quick on a just like conversation of what could be from, and you would know that the only people on the tower even that know Alexander's like interests are the other architects he works with. The builders, not that great. None of them really your age. You're his only real friend and you abandoned him for a month. Like,
Wow.
am I wrong?
Yeah, a little. I couldn't exactly get to him.
And you see him seeing somebody, again, of your age who shares knowledge and interest with him. And just kind of like everything for the last 10 days melts away a little bit as he feels familiar for the first time. We gotta go get a house, but I'll find you if I can. Do you live here? Yeah, of course you. I'm go get a house. She told me you all know everything here, so find us if you want to do that. Okay, bye. And then runs off after you.
She was definitely just like waiting, like a respectable distance away so they could have their time together. Definitely wasn't rushing him, just letting this interaction happen. And you seem to be liking it well already.
There's people. Like, I didn't doubt you. I have made that extremely clear. It is different seeing it.
Yeah.
And like they're real. And like they're not like weird. Like, you made it kind of sound like this whole place was going to be like, oh, don't talk to anyone. Everyone's oppressed. It's a bad time to be alive at home. But like, he seemed chill.
It's more complicated than it is on the tower.
Okay.
They're not miserable, but it's possible that they can be afraid.
I don't know. He didn't seem really afraid. And he was aware of the faults in their craftsmanship, so maybe we can get jobs here.
That would be great. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. And you could be... You could perform if they wanted it. I was going to say you could do hospitality, but we both know that's not true. You can go to the libraries and work there. You like books? Yeah. I will repair the town and you will read books. And that's gonna be our jobs.
I think that's a great idea. We'll save the tower, we'll get jobs, and we'll live.
Wow. That's the most confident you've sounded in days.
Her smile falters a little, but she's turned away slightly. It's nice to think about.
Yeah.
I am gonna take us to that last spot where Odette had stayed. And I'm gonna give Alexander the money I have from here. And I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get settled in here until it's time to speak with who I need to speak to. But you, by all means, I think you should explore if you want. There's some very interesting things here that I think it would be good for you to see. There's a store with full supplies. There's libraries with actual real books in good condition.
Should I tell people I know you, or should I keep that? I mean, they're probably going to ask because you said that everyone here is going to know her from the tower, and it would probably be strange to them if I show up like, no, I'm also from there. Is there anyone I should avoid talking to and saying I know you?
I don't think so. I think if they want to know, they can.
Okay. And should I let them know you're back?
I'm sure word will get around. I don't mind if you do. It's all right. Anything that you would like to do here, by all means.
Okay, cool. We can meet up for lunch.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess we can.
Yeah. And yeah, like I imagine you point to the home
Yeah.
that you are planning to, and then you'd have to go to the welcoming committee to get assigned a house, which is not hard to do. Everything is the exact same level of precision and efficiency as the last time you were here, and probably only takes you an hour, maybe hour and a half total, depending on the speed you're going at, to like get here, get set up, know where you're needing to go, run and find anyone you would need to find from the church. Also I guess that's a question, is Odette planning to use the tea from the church to commune with Record again, or is she planning to just show up and say, hey, let's talk?
Probably gonna use the tea, just because she's not confident in the ability to just go, hey, let's talk, and him answer that. Because I could totally see her being like, hey, let's talk, and he's like, no, you did not go through the proper channels, and that's like my whole thing. Like,
hey, yeah, if you want to do a move about it, you can, or you can just go get tea.
I'll just go get tea.
Okay.
Get this tea. It helps her sleep.
Make it then to the restricted section of the library where they see you and go, ah, one moment, and come back with the seemingly Odette sanctioned teas. And yeah, you're able to kind of see home in a new light. It's familiar now to you. You've been here before. It doesn't seem any less perfect. It doesn't seem any less observed because you see the sigil and image of Record on every building. You see his picture, his sigil depicted on top of the largest building by the two libraries, that more like church clerical building. You know that he is still everywhere and observing everything. But I think now that you've understood a bit more, whether it's internalized well or not, you've seen a lot more of the world. And I think you see that for the people here who are aware, why they don't mind as much. And I think that is something that sits that you didn't have the first time.
She will wait until nightfall to do the tea. So once she gets everything situated, she will join Alexander for lunch and for a day of like mini adventure, in the sense of like watching him see all this and get to experience it with excitement instead of wariness and fear of the unknown, and that feeling of being watched and judged constantly, because now there's someone else with her.
Yeah, it's a nice day. You see the parts of the town you hadn't seen prior. You're able to get food. You see that he comes back. He's like, I got some rocks. They're tied with a string, and it seems like a really like low-level toy / training device of like a slingshot or a throwing system, but it's new, and it's not something he's ever seen before.
That's neat. I bet you could reverse engineer that and make that do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I think I just need to go pick up some rocks and some string.
Yeah.
I don't think reverse engineer would be hard.
Well, you could add more things to it.
Oh, that's innovating.
I see. Then you can innovate it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll make it 3 rocks on a string. I don't know. This is just a cool place.
It's cool.
Yeah, and as nightfall falls, you sure You don't want me there with you this time? I know you don't like it. Well, okay. You haven't expressly said, I don't want you to meet the gods, but you have expressly said, don't be there anytime that a god is there. Um, you sure you don't need someone in your corner tonight? It doesn't really sound like you like this guy.
I will let you decide that. It is dangerous. And it is jarring to speak with them.
If we both drink the magic tea and then go to bed, are we going to be met together? Or, like, can he be in multiple people's minds at once?
He can be in multiple people's minds at once.
Oh, then I guess there's no real guarantee it's going to help you out.
It might. I just don't know. I don't know entirely how it works. I think it would potentially be if he allows it or not.
I'm okay. I'm going to go to bed.
Okay.
I'm not.
All right.
I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Although if you think it would be helpful for you, you can tell him that I'm giving you permission to tell him he can come visit me.
Ooh. All right. Will do.
I don't like that reaction, but I'm not gonna question
it's okay.
it.
Just go, the beds here are so comfortable, and the pajamas here are the best. So, just have a good rest. You'll have a very good rest.
And he walks off into like a secondary home that was not a secondary room that was not needed by Odette last time. As I imagine you go back to the studio area where you are very used to laying down just to be woken up. Does she attempt anything different this time? Does she not lay in the bed and maybe just sit in a chair and wait? Does she do anything to try and calm her mind? Does she just hope it's different because she's different? What's her plan?
I think there is real effort made to calm her mind. But the situations and the information, everything that's going on, I think she stays up quite late, like pacing, just trying to get this energy out of her, and it's just not quite working. I think she will sit at the table already. And that is where she will plan on being. In case, because there has been difficulty in the past getting herself to move in that world, that way she's already sitting there just in case. And she will drink the tea. But I just don't think that Odette is someone whose mind can quiet.
Then as you drink it, not falling asleep as fast as you have prior, it's a much less comfortable situation.
It's like, oh God.
You sit there, and after a bit of time, you feel that uncomfortably familiar feeling of weight inside your head, followed by just a gentle breeze blowing through, kicking up dust, moving things around slightly, but it's not as aggressive as the times prior, and it doesn't seem to be because your mind is any less stilled, because it's different but still quite crowded in here. And it feels almost as though it's a sign of respect, that he is intentionally not disrupting you in the way you know he can if he chooses to. As he walks up, you've come back.
I have more information, and I request information as well.
Always happy to provide. Do you finally have the answers to your own questions?
I do. As much as I might not like them, I do.
Well, that's great. that means we can finally move past simple pleasantries. So, how was Wind?
She was not what I expected, despite the warnings. I did what she asked me to, and it almost cost me my life.
You're still sitting here. I'm not sure almost costing you your life is entirely true.
I need to know their downfall.
Sure. And what's your plan once you know it?
Well, it depends on what the downfall is, but to utilize it to save the people of the tower is the first priority. And I need to know if that's even possible.
Oh, it's possible. It's entirely possible.
That's good.
Do you see now why some things need to be kept out of the public eye?
I do not agree.
That was not my question. If we're going to go back to answering questions with different statements that do not align, we're not going to be able to go anywhere. Do you see now why it is best for the public to keep some things out of their eye?
I see why it's best for you to keep it from them.
How would your tower be the same or different if everyone knew that it was built upon their bones and their sole purpose was to be sacrificed?
They could work to get away off of it if they do that.
But would they? Or is that what you want them to do?
I want them to make their own decisions.
So you're going to make a decision for everyone and then allow them to make their own decisions.
In a perfect world, I would be able to inform them of what is happening and the tower not immediately start crumbling and killing people in punishment. But I witnessed it myself, that the tower can fall on command. It would...
So you agree that only in a perfect world can information be shared freely?
If that's what it takes to move this conversation forward, then yes.
I'm just having a conversation.
And I need information.
You haven't asked me anything yet.
I need their downfall.
Well, I will give it to you, but not right now. I have no doubt in your hope, your plan, your ambition, your desire. How is she, by the way? But I have yet to see your skill. And we all know, we being you and I, as I stated it to you several times prior, though you did not seem to really grasp it or understand it, the last thing any of us need is them awaking and deciding to do a war. So maybe you, no need to kill if you want to sacrifice, trap, befriend someone. Let's see it in action first.
I'm not sure what you mean. I have spoken with multiple deities at this point and navigated that. Is that not enough?
You've navigated it in your way, the way we're doing right now, correct?
Yes.
And how did that go when you met them?
It did not go well.
It didn't go well, that's right. You were going to be sealed inside of a room forever. So, maybe we do something a little different. And it's one of the bad ones, don't worry. Someone that we'd all be better off if they weren't a threat right beneath our feet, one could say. All you need to do is just take them out. However you choose. You don't need to kill them. You could resign them to some fate worse than death if that's your choice, but I just want to know that if I give you the direct means to end a war, you won't fail at the start.
What do you need?
The people here have this dream of the cradle beneath the ground.
Yes.
You know it. It's not real. It will never exist. But it doesn't mean that it can't be a place where they go and make one of these for themselves, of course, with our guidance. I am sure you would be held as a champion of the people if you wanted a place to lead your own. But the underground is Rot's domain. Perish brings things down there, lets it decay, fall apart. It's not inhabitable for the good people trying to be home. And of course, one felling of an evil, well, morally, what did you call me? Morally gray at best, potentially worse than that. So potentially the felling of a god, much worse than morally gray, could allow that rot to start being cleansed. And if you can take down someone of their caliber, I'll believe you can take down someone of, and then like gestures, their caliber.
And this is the only way?
It's the most direct way. I'm open to suggestions if you have them, but you also, I believe, have other offers. If you don't like mine, I'm not going to stop you from shopping around. I would just think that people who've been so kind to you and given you a spot to rest, a group to wander with, equipment to keep yourself safe and warm and clothed, you would want to repay. And think, if you save this town and then you save the tower, you're the savior of mankind.
I do not care about titles.
There's a title you really despise, is there not?
Then I do not care for notoriety. Where is he?
Beneath the ground. There's the easy way through that crack at your home, but that's a far way away, and we don't need you walking again to then walk again. Your friend seems quite tired. If you need to leave him here, I would love to talk with him. He seems interesting. I'm not going to do anything to hurt him. I talk to the people here regularly. We're all friends. But there is another way. It's Not far. Not far from where you met that adventuring party that first time you saw them. They found the entrance. You might find them when you're down there. But probably not in the state you saw them last. But they didn't know how to take down Parrish. And you could.
I will go.
Wonderful. Well, I don't imagine he will hide from you. He's never hidden from anyone before. And all you need to do to take him down is simply hit him with something clean, cleansed, sacred. Rot and decay don't enjoy. Well, I think you can see why they're natural enemies. Do you happen to have anything like that on you?
Why ask questions that you already know the answer to?
Because, as always, I want to know what information you're willing to give.
I have something that might help.
You don't need to use that. Although I am fascinated, if you stab a god with raw power, what happens? No, I mean, do you simply have any holy water or anything blessed?
No.
Well, then stop by the church and acquire some.
All right.
And then coat your spear in it, or your new rock toy, if that is the instrument of destruction you are choosing to train in. And if you can find him, and you can get face to face with him, a single stab of something clean and devout is sure to cleanse the rot.
Why has no one done this before?
Well, what happens to people that aren't saved by divinity when they fall from a tower?
But no one has tried this previously?
Many have tried. That's the whole point of the expedition. However, up until you, only a god could kill a god. Like I said, you'll probably find a few of them down there. I have no sympathy for the state they're in if they're still there. And if they are, perhaps do us a kindness by leaving them there. But no matter how many mortals you send to kill a god of war, seems like one of our own would have to do it. And, well, you know my feelings on facing those war gods face to face. So now you get to face one face to face. And if you do it correctly, you're one step closer to freeing the people of the tower and making a choice for them, and then allowing them to make a choice from then on if they would like to make a choice or not make a choice. Good. Would you like to know something?
Yes.
This one is in your favor. I don't appreciate the tone in which you responded. Your kindness and charisma has gotten you far with some of the other gods. I don't want you to think that your I don't know what I'm doing act is falling apart for everyone. The siblings like you quite a bit.
Well, if it helps, I don't know what I'm doing.
But you told me you know what you're doing now. You're trying to get the people of the tower off so that they can choose to leave. You are also now the direct champion of a goddess. And you have been gifted a portion of the river from before it fell apart. So there's a difference between not knowing what you're doing and not being aware of how many actions you've already taken. But you're quite aware, Odette. And lying to yourself about that is holding you back.
Always a pleasure.
You learned how to say goodbye.
I did.
Yes, I'm proud of you. And the way that a moth can be, well, interesting to a candle holder, but you fascinate me nonetheless, and I hope that you don't die, because then we can have another conversation. And if that's the last conversation you choose to ever have with me, that's fine. But I do hope that once you have achieved your ambitions, we're not strangers, as you are fascinating. And it brings me great joy every time we talk, as I feel like I learned something new about humanity.
Well, I hope I'm alright at making my case for us.
You're interesting. Luckily for you, no case needs to be made, as I already have my home I watch over. I think if you were the only representative, I think it would be quite poor, as, well, there's a difference between people that have conviction and people that have plans, and you have wonderful plans, Odette. But I do think you're a fascinating case study in what happens when nature is intervened with. And I think that's what's interesting most. And look at you. You found all of the answers you asked me that I wouldn't answer for you last time. So despite your thoughts of my elusiveness and lack of forthcoming, it turns out you didn't need me anyway.
I'm done.
Typically people say thank you, but okay. Have a good sleep if you want to stay in that chair. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And your brain is released back to you.
Infuriating. Yeah, I'll go to bed.
Okay. With the exhaustion that comes from hosting record in your mind, it is not difficult to fall asleep. And when you wake up the next day, the pilgrims of the church seem to have been delivered a message that you need holy water, as several vials of it sit on the front step of the home.
Okay, we're really doing this. She will pack them up, kind of get her meager belongings packed back up in her bag. And we'll wait for Alexander to awaken.
I'd say he doesn't sleep nearly as long as the day before. Well, not the day before, but the last time he was allotted a extended sleep. Probably getting up only half an hour or so after you do. And he walks out of his room. Hi.
Hi.
We're in a house, and that's a thing that's still real, and it's cool. And you aren't dead. So you weren't mean.
I was a little bit, but I think it was deserved.
Okay.
Did he speak to you last night?
No.
Okay.
Did you tell him to?
No.
Okay.
He just mentioned it.
Hmm.
He might in the future.
Okay. So what's our plan for today?
I have to go for a little bit. I'm returning here after if I can.
Okay. And like you're leaving me alone here?
No, I'm presenting you with some options for you to pick from. I'm very much leaning towards one of them, and it will become clear which one as I explain the situation. Option 1. You stay here and learn more about how cool this place is, and if I never return, you get to have a pretty okay rest of your life. Or option 2, you come with me to go fight a god of rot and most likely die.
When you put it that way, that's bad. That's a bad option.
Yeah.
But also the way you phrased the first one is also a bad option. Because I don't want... You have already set it up once that I need to wait somewhere and hopefully have a good life if you're gone. And I don't want to do that again, as I think you could understand. But I also don't want to die to a god of rot, because that's a bad time. Would it help you if I was there? You sure? Like I couldn't be moral support? Or if you're getting your head chopped off, say, hey, don't do that, and buy you 2 seconds to do something else?
No.
And so you're really gonna say, hey, go sit somewhere, and if I never come back, oops, again?
I don't want to do this. I have to. It's either this or get in contact with Death, who is not very open to giving this information away.
If you die down there, will Death help you?
would hope that death could reach there to guide me wherever it is that I need to go, but I don't know how that works.
Okay. Do you have to go today?
I should go right now.
Oh. Yeah, you should go now. I had a list of cool things I thought we could see today, but we'll see it if you come back, I guess. That's your incentive not to die, is that you made me a promise you'd show me a cool town, and then you didn't.
Mhm.
You left me alone,
Mhm.
and then you left me alone again. So you have to come back because you need to show. I have things I want to show you,
Yeah.
and if you don't come back, I'm gonna be mad at you.
You should. It would be well earned.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you want to get breakfast first, or are you like leaving now?
Let's go have a meal.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And as you get there, it's a crowded breakfast place. Seems to be a pretty common location. Not overcrowded, but full in a way that is pleasant on any other day. But even though he made the suggestion, he doesn't really seem to be that excited about the meal you two are going to spend together. What's Odette say? What'd she do?
There's nothing she can say to make this situation better in any way for him. And so I think what she'll do is ask about his plans and get excited about it for him, and instead of saying if she comes back, she'll say when. And just try to enjoy that time. But there is so much relief that he's not going with her.
There's a music hall.
Really?
Oh, it's an amphitheater. And I thought we could go to a concert there. And I was gonna say maybe that could be your job, but I don't know, they're probably better than you. And so you need to survive so that you can practice and get better. Because otherwise everyone's going to be like, oh, that's Odette, she wasn't good enough to get a job, and that would be really sad. So you need to not die so that we can get you a job. And then we can go to the guardhouse. They seem pretty chill. Like, a lot of the guys there they're cool. And I think we could be friends with them. I think we could introduce them, and maybe we could convince some of them to like help us like go take back the tower. Because they seem like they actually know how to be organized, and we would need to teach them to climb because they don't know that. But if we taught them how to climb, then maybe they could like help us like get people off, because you can't fly every person off. And so we're gonna go to the guard tower, and then we're gonna read books, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna read books.
That sounds lovely. I'm a little hurt that you think I couldn't get a job with my current skills, because that has been my job.
Has it been your job, or has it kind of been what you do?
Column A and column B.
Who pays you, Odette?
People when they're nice.
Yeah. You could have something stable. It's not people that pay you because they're feeling nice. It's people that pay because they want to see how cool you are.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I gotta get better.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard the other people yet, and honestly, you might be better than them, but I know that you thrive on healthy competition, and so you need to be better.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
guards, that's a great plan. That would be wonderful if we could have help evacuating the tower. That would be incredible.
I'll see what I can do about organizing an organized militia. I don't know. Oh, they also said that if you're going back out, you need to look out for weird animals.
Ah,
I don't know if you've seen any of those, but apparently they're common around here.
yes.
And okay. Don't die. Again. Not again, because you didn't die last time, but you did to me. And just don't do it this time.
I won't. I don't intend on it.
Okay. Because you sounded pretty confident that I would die if I went with you, so that kind of made me feel like you were pretty confident you were going to die if you went. You know?
There are a couple things that I can do that most cannot.
Yeah, like fly.
Yeah.
And make everyone mad at you simply by existing.
Yeah, I've got a knack for that.
Yeah, and then talking to, like, your god friends, I guess. Okay. If you're not back in, like, a week, I'm gonna come find you.
Deal.
Okay. Is a week too short? How long are you gonna need to get there?
I don't know.
You would know, like, the last time that you left the party, it only took you, like, a day and a half to get to home, and that was relying on, like, a general direction of, they're that way. You're pretty confident that knowing the path back now, you could get there, like, if you leave now at breakfast, you could be there by, like, the late afternoon.
I think a week is plenty of time.
Okay. Yeah. If you're not back in a week, then I'm gonna come find you. And anything that happens to me is on your conscience, because you agreed to this plan and you waited. So.
Sounds good. I will be back.
Okay. Okay.
And
then.
I'm not gonna say goodbye. Because.
Because.
I'm gonna see you soon.
Yeah, we're gonna see you soon. Yeah. Yeah, you're just gonna go.
Yeah, I just have a quick errand to run.
Yeah. Okay.
And she gets up and goes.
And she goes.
She's not ending the conversation because it's not done yet.
It doesn't take long for you to get out of town. It doesn't take long for you to find the camp that you left last time. And it's not the easiest thing to notice, because it just kind of looks like part of the collapsing world around you. But you notice the way that, like, this giant skull that you're in is carved out. And it's strangely clean, which last time they're like, yeah, it's just the sand is blown towards it, but that would make sense for an exterior facing a sand desert. This is on the other side, pretty much the other half of a mountain. There's no sand blasting over here. And as you look towards it, you notice that there's parts that seem to be polished in a way, that repeated effort over time tore this down. And as you follow the signs of long running decay to the point of cleanliness, the end stage of all rot, as once it's gone, it will feast on itself and leave nothing behind. You're able to find a trail to a strange, almost porous part of the earth. And looking at it, you can see how it's been disturbed enough that people could maybe have walked through it, but it's maybe like regrown itself over almost. What would you do?
This is probably it. She would investigate this further to see if she can fit. Just kind of move stuff around as needed, and
especially if you use the tip of your spear, it's not hard to like cut at it, and it seemed harder at an eye glance, but as your spear connects to it, it's rather easy to pull through and cut open, and this membrane of like strange vine tendril just kind of parts as you cut it in half, and then part of it sags a little, and you can see a sloped tunnel, maybe, or maybe just a part of this giant god that had been felled here that hasn't fully fallen apart, perhaps like the inside of a bone or something, descending deep underground beyond that membrane.
She takes one look around her at the outside, and she's never been underground or in quite an enclosed space like this. And she takes a deep breath and walks on in.
Walking in, what would you expect to hear down here?
This is decay and rot. I think she would expect to hear nothing but herself.
Then it's further strange then to hear the echoes of life down here. Some of it animalistic, maybe like scavengers of some kind that have found a way in the same way you did. But then there's also like the sounds of perhaps just like exasperated breath, as though people are having a hard time breathing, as though they're having a hard time living. And then the sounds of just pulsation.
Yeah.
As if something down here is alive and breathing, and its heart is echoing, even through the membrane you just cut open. And that's the sounds you're greeted with as you take your first step underground. It's the sounds we'll leave ourselves with. Until next time.